Good morning, students. Mr. Roos here, coming at you with another idea of something you could do during COVID lockdown. I like to find things that are fun, exciting, and above all, just free that you could do just about anywhere. One of them is birding. Just finding a place where you could go and watch birds, and birds are everywhere, and they're free to watch, which I really appreciate. So you could find a tree just about anywhere in the world, and there's typically birds in there. A good time to do it is first thing in the morning or in the evening when they're noisy. Right now is not a bad time. It's midday right now, and there's still birds around. All I use is a bird book and some binoculars so I could get a close-up look at ones that I'm trying to identify. The first thing you would want to do is just go out and listen. And as I listen, I hear a lot of birds right now. And what I try and do is just go and find where that sound is coming from and narrow in on them, and then maybe get the binoculars out if it's a small bird and I want to try and identify whether it's a junco or a chickadee. Those are very similar, but with the binocular, you can tell the difference. I'll show you some birds that I see on a regular basis around here. One that's kind of an extra bonus is the great horned owl. Out in my neighborhood, we have this great horned owl. The funny thing about the owl in our neighborhood is that it's not a very friendly owl. It's been swooping down at people and even touched the bun that was on top of my neighbor's head and tried to pick it up like it was a mouse. Fun to see, not fun to have it swoop down on you. The other one are the woodpeckers. Let's see here. So we are lucky enough to get a woodpecker that looks similar to this yellow-bellied sapsucker. We get a lot of woodpeckers out in my neighborhood. A common one is the flicker. You see flickers everywhere. Let's see if I can find the flicker. Maybe it's down back one. Yeah. Let me go back another one. Woodpeckers are typically easy to find because you'll hear them tapping. Here is the flicker. You see the flicker just about everywhere. You could tell by the dots, the red on its head. That's a very common one. And I do have a couple of pileated woodpeckers out in my neighborhood. They're my favorite to see because they're really large woodpeckers. All right, jays are very common. We have the Steller jay, which are commonly called the blue jay. They're not really the blue jay. They are Steller jays. They're common. They're very noisy around here. I'm sure you've seen them before. They love to find your feeder if you have a bird feeder around. The other ones are the little chickadees I was telling you about earlier. They're fun to find. They're actually, let's see, they're very entertaining to watch too. They're everywhere. And a nuthatch. Nuthatches you could tell because they face down when they are on the tree. Their head down, where most birds go up a tree with their head up. Notice how their head is down, and they go up and down trees with their head down. Unusual for birds, but if you see that, it's most likely a nuthatch. This one I like to point out because quite often this one is mistaken for a robin. Robin are very typical birds around here. You'll see a million robins. But the rufous-sided towhee looks like a robin. You'll find the rufous-sided towhee often on the ground, going through leaves. And pay attention to whether it has the black head and the red eyes. That's how you would distinguish it as a rufous-sided towhee and not a robin. Fun bird to see. So when you have time, just grab yourself some binoculars and some time and just go sit by a tree and look what's going on in that tree. Bird watching is fun, something to do. Watch the birds' behavior, especially crows. Crows are fascinating if you just sit and watch them for a little while. They're really smart birds and they do some pretty incredible things. All right, students, it's good to see you. I miss you. Oh, before I go, a reminder. Don't forget to eat your vegetables. All right, goodbye. We'll see you soon.